All right, welcome to the latest episode of the Coleman Power Organic Fitness Podcast. These are questions that I pulled from the likes of, I'm going to say, different events that I've been doing. By God, I've been going up and down and in and out. Okay, these are for the most part compiled and compressed into different, I'm going to say, paraphrase words for you guys. Okay, because straight up, lads, we have went from Donegal showing the longest man to missing documentary to the likes of Kilkenny, to the likes of Limerick, to the likes of Cork Food Festival. That's a good belt of the country, and up to Dublin and back as well. So all the time I'm going to say, this is the type of questions that you guys are asking in the Green Isles of Ireland, as well as people that I've trained online too. Okay, so after that, we're heading towards Christmas. Let's keep it on the healthy buzz. Okay, we're going into question, right? Number numero uno, right? What do you have as treats? Is question number one. Okay. After that, we're looking at, is fasting good for weight loss? Okay. Is organic food always best? Love that question. Great point. Came up in the likes of an organic fitness course that I'm doing at the minute. So not only that, we have, do I believe in calories? Wow. This question got unbelievable traction at the likes of the Limerick event. That's very important, right? Is there any supplements to help with the likes of skin issues, right? And the final question is in relation to foods easy for, I'm going to say, home growing, right? That's literally, I'm going to say, our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 all the 5 all the guys, 6 all the chicks. Who remembers that game? Kings, or is that just me? Right, straight away. What do I, going to say, do for treats? So I'm going to tell you, it's kind of a mindset switch. What I do straight away for my treat right now, coming up to Christmas, it's getting colder. I want the warmth in my bones and everything else like that. My treat is, okay, meeting a friend or family member that'll come with, okay, for I'm going to say, beautiful sauna, a swim, and maybe a gym. But we might actually do very little in the gym. It's most of the advantage of going for a swim, being active, and we'll probably do a walk in on top of that. It's like an active Saturday or Sunday kind of a thing. You know, the bank holidays are finished and done out the other side of it, right? I know Halloween is probably just over, but we're just rocking and rolling with, right, this being my healthiest treat right now, right? Because treats for most people, okay, is something that isn't good for them. This is a positive. I want more people to be on the positive side of being healthy. I couldn't recommend it enough to each and everybody. The exercise, minimum requirement to walk in, is out in sunlight or piss and rain, because even if it is raining in Ireland, we have to get outside. We cannot wait for the weather to be perfect to literally be healthy, because if we actually did that, we would be, I'm going to say, somebody that was very unhealthy. Okay, and I know people love chocolate. Okay, but right, you can have that. Just stop labeling it as a treat. You're not good. It's something that's not good, neither good nor bad. Or you're not a dog. Just have the bit of chocolate, and also try do this whole other healthy treat, which is a better way of labeling something that I would suggest to you and your new healthy mindset going into 2026. It depends on actually when you're listening to this podcast. So that's really my golden nugget of the day for the super healthy treat, organic fitness treats. We can start labeling them as organic fitness treats. Actually, if you are listening to this podcast, just as a massive favor, if you're a long-term listener, it's brand new to the podcast, if you could press the share button, screenshot it, and tag me on social medias, that unbelievably helps me. It costs you nothing, and right, just gets it out to the airwaves. Other people are listening to these golden nuggets. Hoo-ha, Cantona. That was me in between kind of a yawn, a hoo-ha. Cantona, who was a player in the 90s for Manchester United, and I'm a Manchester United fan, just to put that out there, okay? They're not going so great now, but look, they're on the up. It can't get worse. If they are relegated, that would be the worst thing ever. All right? So, we are in and on to the second of the likes of our questions. Is fasting good for weight loss? I'm going to tell you, most people don't understand nutrition enough to do fasting. And if you want to go down that route, oh my God, it is. And there's so many different studies, and the books are over there, Coleman. Yes, I've read them books also. The whole idea of it is, don't pick a diet before you understand foods. Not eating is not healthy because you will literally binge eat at the end of the day, whether it's biscuits, chocolate cakes, or it's a cracker or 2 or 7, and or it's some bread. And bread's not bad either, or crackers, but you're overeating on them, and you're not only eating 1 or 2, you're eating half the pack, the whole pan, whatever else you can get your hands on, because your body is looking for carbohydrates, which it runs off. It literally needs them, wants them. You gotta have them in any way, shape, or form. So realistically, look at your, I'm gonna say, fridge, and if you don't have stuff in your fridge, literally go over to the likes of my website. There is a shopping list that you can gain advantage of, and it's something that has a mountain of foods that you have to buy. Okay, that's literally the first thing in my online training programs, because if you don't have these healthy foods, you cannot literally be at all that you should be energy wise to you, your family, and the kids, and everyone else that's thrown in the mix. So fasting, to return that point, is very good. That's autophagy, don't ask me to spell it as dyslexic, is so good for regenerating cells and having you on a bit of a healthy buzz. But most people, the majority of you guys listening, are not there right now, right? There are also loads of people on social media doing 3-day fast, 4-day fast, juicing fast, all the fasts. Do you know what I mean? The only thing I really love is breakfast, and I want you to start eating a breakfast whatever time suits you. It does not be 6 o'clock, does not be 7, doesn't be 8, 9, 10. Bang, eat it whatever time you want. And it's a remembrance of whatever time you eat. If you have 3 meals, you have to have 33% of your overall foods in a day, which kind of does bring me on to, right, the next question. Do I believe in counting calories? I'm going to tell you, whether you believe it, I believe it, they still exist. Units of energy is a calorie. Comes from all different foods and beverages as well. That's the key secret ingredient. A lot of people are saying intuitive eating, all this, all that, healthy this, something that. Calories existed when my granny was around, whether she knew about them or not. Do you get me? Whether I believe in them or not. So get to the point, I do believe in them. And actually, it's not necessary that you count calories, but to understand food better, it would be really helpful if you did understand the basics of nutrition, which is a unit of energy, which is also called a calorie. So the idea is, I believe in them. They exist. They are not like that. Black. I mean, they are something that really do exist, and you better be good for Christmas. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So the idea is, you must realize that foods that you eat, liquids included, all make up units of energy. When you literally are trying to lose weight, you have to be in a calorie deficit. Okay. For some people, they can't understand that because the number is different for everyone. For other things you learn off, the number is the same. Okay. But for your calorie deficit, for your calorie maintenance or your calorie surplus, those numbers are different. But when you figure out what your number is, let's say it's 2,000, let's say it's 1,800 euros, units of energy, calories, that number does not change. It does not change dramatically. Okay. So realizing and finding out what actually amount that you need is probably a game changer for you and the likes of your health. Okay. Next question. Is organic food always best? Nope. And we're going to put 2. Start with 1. Definitely 2. There's one that I cannot recommend for people to stay away from organically. Could you believe that? Someone snipped this now. Coleman is recommending non-organic foods. Could you believe it? So straight away off the bat is honey. Honey that's organic, sold in Ireland, is not from the Green Isles. Is not from Munster, Connacht, Ulster, or Leinster. It's typically from South America, Brazil. These countries that have vast amounts of, I'm going to say, areas that are registered organic. In Ireland, we literally don't have the advantage of an area, and it's very hard to box in bees, if you get me. You can fence in animals, horses, pigs, sheep, cattle, and if I didn't mention any of the other ruminants that are out there, they are something that are much easily registered by either Organic Trust in Ireland or IOFGA, IOFG or IOFA, they've changed their name, which, anyway, you know, they're the 2 Irish governing bodies of organics in Ireland. So from that, it's something I don't recommend you to get organically. Honey, stay away from it organically. Get it locally because it's something that will give you the advantage of beautiful, natural antihistamine. I really feel like I want it today. Oh my God, as I said, there's a bee flying. This isn't, my video wasn't recording the other way. There's a bee. We're in winter. The bees are still buzzing because it's actually not as cold as it actually typically has been on record for our time of year that we're in right now, the winter months. Okay, so that's the key point of, is organic food always best? Then on top of that, something that isn't registered organic isn't something that's unhealthy, or that necessarily isn't very comparable, if not even better. Okay, because there's more and more people touching base with regenerative farming, which a lot of people are kind of going into and leaning into, because they don't have to be registered with a governing body, which in itself is a lot of paperwork. And something that I was previously registered for a number of years, just under 10 years, and selling fruits and vegetables to the likes of, I'm going to say, is something that, right, I can't recommend you enough. Getting chemical-free foods into your diet. We've had, I'm going to say, Michelle Joyce, who's an organic farmer based in Mitchelstown, just outside Mitchelstown, County Cork, and the Brendan Guinan, who's also a free-range pork, hen, and beef producer in Portlaoise. Nearly had the address off by heart. I know how to get there. So those are two of main individuals we've had on this podcast, and I'm a major promoter of that. I'm going to say is something that really, really does exactly what it says on the tin for you and your health. It's chemical free. Those animals aren't given antibiotics, and there's so many benefits to getting something that is chemical free, that's local and Irish, that doesn't have to be organic to be healthy for you. So those are two main ones that I would suggest, and those are two suppliers. And yes, chalk it down for the win. And if anyone's in a location based in Ireland or even further afield, I'm going to say, touch base with you and give you a location of a farm, whether in the west. Just drop my pencil. How about that? I'm going to need that because I feel like I need to add something in the hand. Kind of like a cigarette, but I don't smoke and never smoked. Thank godness. Who here smoked? God forbid I'd ever be addicted to that, because I easily could be. But even though I love my teeth too much not to. See how I need to floss here. It's flossing. So good. Right? So where's we at right now? And after that, we are moving on to, is there anything supplement-wise to help with skin issues? Right. This is a question that's kind of come off the back of, I'm going to say, off the back of somebody that I'm currently training right now, leaving it anonymous as possible. The idea is, for the most part, the net definition of a supplement is to supplement what you cannot get from your diet. That's my definition of a supplement. That's written in the lights of my book that I highly recommend. Right? That's Samer's plug, Coleman Power Organic Fitness. Yes, oh yeah. It's beautiful. It's simple. It's easy to read. But into the plugs, it's something that, okay, you can take all the supplements in the world, you can eat as healthy food, you can eat organic, out the door. But if you and anyone else out there wants better skin, it is a whole lifestyle of health. If you are stressed up to 90 and you're somebody that's either under so much pressure, too many jobs to do, and are not getting enough sleep, your cells cannot regenerate, and as a result of that, there will be inflammation in the likes of your gut. Okay, that's very, very important. Okay, you have to realize that slowing down sometimes will actually help you to speed up something that you want to improve. Skin health, so important, because your gut affects the likes of your largest organ in your body, that is your skin. I'm accentuating that because I cannot literally tell you guys enough and stress enough that, right, the food you eat and the life you live has a massive effect on the way you look, you feel, and how much energy levels you have out the other side of it. All right. And even on top of that, are there organic chemicals? Is something that someone, after popping in a question over here at the same time on the left hand side, I'm also producing a TikTok live here. Yes, there are. Organic chemicals are something in the form of, I'm going to say, registered seaweed extract that you can apply to the likes of your soil. You can also have the likes of pellet manure, whether it's from pigs, from chicken, and you can also get bone and fish meal that can be added to the likes of the soil, which is super beneficial. But remember, and that's how, I suppose, organic farmers use, I'm going to say, regenerative methods to apply. They are chemicals. The chemicals is a structure of, like, water is a chemical, H2O. Don't ask me what seaweed is. I don't know. But boron is a chemical that can be registered as organic, and something that is applied to the likes of the soil to prevent a boron deficiency in beetroot, which is quite common. It's kind of like dots and kind of holes and black spots on the leaves if you've ever grown it and you have had seen it before. So that's a really good question that came in off the back over here. Okay, so after that, I'm just going to say, for any of the different events that I'll be doing coming up very shortly, that might come out after this podcast. So I am down in Cork City on the bank. Is it the bank holiday? No, it's just after the bank holiday. Down in Cork City, this City Hall this Saturday, and down in Limerick on the 1st, the 1st and the 2nd. So 1st I'm in Limerick and the 2nd I am in Cork City. So that is, without the next thing is, after that, following on to the final question, foods easy for home growing. If right now you're listening to this podcast and you don't have a fruit tree, I mean apple, plum, cherry, you need to 100% get onto it. That is a no effort, simple game changer for you to have chemical-free fruits every September, okay? And on up to Christmas. Right? I'm looking out of the tree here now that has apples in abundance. There's so much of them left from falling on the ground. We did have kind of stormy weather last night. So I'm having stewed apple every single day. Stewed apple is also good for the likes of your skin health. So each question that's listed here will actually never allow you to hook into and are linked to each other. Because health isn't just one sentence. It's this sentence that helps this sentence that helps that sentence. You can go up or down. It's really happy to be going down in that kind of scenario there. But I go up, down, up, 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 up. And when you start to add in one healthy habit to the likes of your lifestyle, it has what they call a knock-on effect to the next. When you start eating better, your skin gets better. When you start de-stressing, okay, you have more energy. When you have more energy, you exercise that, a little bit more. Walking, let's get out and walk. The sun is out there every single day. So literally, these are amazing questions that literally have come off the back of, right, you getting out there, right? Shout out to Claire, shout out to anyone else who's on over here on the TikTok live, all right? These podcasts are coming out every single Thursday. And if you guys are watching them, make sure you share them. And it's something that really helps me, right? So that's really the last thing I ask you guys. As a favor, if I've ever given you any information that literally benefits you out the other side, right? Whether it's Claire, whether it's Paula, whether it's Stephen, whether it's Raymond, that's beautiful names, simple for me to read, thank goodness, quickly. I would really appreciate that. It's to be a screenshot and a tagging of it on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, with your friends in your WhatsApp groups. Lads, I is there and I care. I've never said that before, but that sounded lovely. Okay, I thought of something the other day and I recorded it for a WhatsApp message to somebody and it was really cool. Just a little shout out here. Salmon of knowledge. Let's talk a little bit about salmon of knowledge here for 1 second. Salmon is one of those things, again, is linked to that question that's been asked here today in the podcast questions, right? Is organic food always best? Organic salmon is the third food item I definitely don't recommend to people because the salmon in Ireland, organically registered, is farmed, right? It's something that I don't recommend. It's not something that you don't have to take out of your diet. I'm just saying it's not always best. Okay, you would be better off to get a sustainably caught mackerel, hake, black sole from your local fishmonger and another fish that I'm going to say local to your fishmonger that has been caught in and on the periphery edges of Ireland. People up to the west is Kerry Keels. Oh, what's the place in Wexford? I've just forgotten. They just popped out of my head. Killybegs is up at the Donegal because I was up there the other day. And the place in Wexford is Kilmore Key. Come on, do you know when you just remember something more of a shot? Kilmore Key, lads. Now, so that's really, really important. So I would have, and monkfish, another really good one. I'm going to have monkfish tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow is, I'm recording this podcast on Tuesday. Tomorrow is a Wednesday. Those are the things that I eat that really help me with my skin health, with my gut health, with my muscles, with beautiful muscles. That's muscles all over it. And it's really important to really do strength training. That's another important point. Okay, it doesn't have to be mad heavy weights. I don't even lift heavy weights anymore. It's really, I'm going to say, important to add resistance weights. That could be a bag on your back doing a squat. That could be a kettlebell, which is over here on my right hand side, which I have had for the last, I don't know, have that thing. It was gotten as a Christmas present, I think. And it costs literally 15 or 20 euros. After that, it's really, really important to focusing on putting these things into practice. Okay, this is just information, bullet points that you guys have listed out for, I'm going to say, the Q&A question here today. All right. So after that, I always end the podcast by saying, stay tuned, stay classy, keep it organic, and get on that good stuff.